polled believe that racism remains a major problem in our society. 15% said that they had been treated unfairly in a store or restaurant because of their race. Joy.
Yeah, and I mean, for every African-American, I don't know anybody black. I'm surprised it's as low as 15. I don't know anybody black who hasn't had the experience of being followed around in a store. It's happened to me. Had the experience of going into a restaurant and waiting for service and have waiters pass you by, and then having, this happened to my husband and mine not that long ago. And then a white friend joins and suddenly the waiters snap to it and come to your table. I mean, this is something that happens in our daily lives, and it's something that we shouldn't just have to live with, right? If we're going to be a society that's going to be this multicultural, we have to get past it because, beyond the policy ideas where people are being demonized because they are a certain kind of immigrant, a certain color of immigrant, that's one set of problems. And you have the Starbucks problem. That's one set of problems. We have to discuss them in order to get past them.
And then I want to also ask you about, it's hard to believe, but Roseanne Barr, and she has been tweeting outrageous things, but she tweeted about the Obama administration and Valerie Jarrett, and made a really horrendous comment about Valerie Jarrett. Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes had a baby, VJ, meaning Valerie Jarrett. Now she has apologized to Valerie Jarrett and to all Americans, saying, "I am truly sorry for making a bad joke about her politics and her looks. I should have known better. Forgive me. My joke was in bad taste." I mean, what do you have to do on social media to get fired from a top-rated show on an American broadcast network?
Well, I mean, in the apology, I think the "and her looks" part is the part that stands out to me, because essentially Roseanne is admitting that the Planet of the Apes part of that joke, it was not about her politics, it was about her appearance and the sort of bestializing of black people. Look, we saw people making gorilla and ape jokes about Michelle Obama, the First Lady of the United States. It was common. It was all over social media. It's a place that people go when talking about black people, and it goes back centuries. And so I think, that was a very telling part of the apology. You've now seen Wanda Sykes walk away from the show, black comedian who was one of the head writers on the show. It's fraught because I think for a lot of Roseanne's fans who now are really sort of in a big Venn diagram with Trump fans, they see this as no big deal, that this is something that you should be able to say. Why can't you say it? Well, it's just jokes. Why are people taking it to heart? That's part of the problem, is that you have a certain set of people who feel that you should be able to speak this way. And unfortunately, we have a president at the moment who's kind of giving a broad sense of permission to not be politically correct, to speak the way you want, to offend who you want, and that people really shouldn't have a right to say anything about it. So I'm not surprised. This is the kind of humor that Roseanne does. The question is whether or not the fan base that she's now developed, which is very, very much aligned with the president's base, if it's millions and millions of people and they're still watching her show, the question is whether or not they're considered to be more valuable than the people who are upset and who are rightfully offended by her tweet. That's the question that ABC has to answer.
Well, the tweet, it's called racism, as you know better than I. Joy Reid, Reverend Al. Of course, you can join Joy Reid